Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Cordes, and this video is on parts of speech. I believe in your assignment that you were given a Google Doc to take notes during this time. If you weren't given a Google Doc, please take a moment and set that up. You can pause this video, set up your Google Doc with your name, date, and class, and then you can begin to set up a focus note style page for our parts of speech. There are a couple different parts of speech, and the great thing is that this is all review for us. Parts of speech is something that's introduced in grammar school, and so looking at the different parts of speech, it's just going to help us kind of remember what's going on and give us context too when we do our writing. Okay, so if you will look here, the very first one that we have is a noun. Okay, a person, place, thing, or idea. Let me minimize myself right here. Some examples are class won the contest. Class is the noun. It's a person, place, or thing. Contest is also a noun. It is a thing, it is a concept, and so that therefore is a noun as well. You will also notice, ladies and gentlemen, that just because something is a noun does not mean it is the subject of the sentence. So contest is not the subject of that sentence. Class is the subject of that sentence. Our class won the contest. Okay. Looking at our second example, it says the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland draws visitors from all over the world. Okay. Lots of different nouns in there. Remember, a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. If you need additional time going into your Google Doc to type this, just take a moment and pause the video. I'm going to continue on, but the goal here is for you to get the notes and make sure that you have the part of speech and then a definition and an example. Okay. Our next one that we have is verb. Move myself over here. The next one that we have is verb. Verb is a word that shows action or links another word to the subject. So an action verb is just that. You can get up out of your desk and perform the action, hit, kick, run, jump, dance. All of those are action verbs. A linking verb is something that connects the sentence together. So, for example, am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been, have, has, had, do, does, did, shall, will, should, would, may, might, must, can, could. Those are all linking verbs. Okay. I had a very sad childhood where I sat around and memorized linking verbs. Those are linking verbs. So I am a teacher. Am is the linking verb in that sentence. Okay. Looking at our examples here, our class collected the most cans. Collected is a physical action, so it is an action verb. The whole class is proud of us. Is a linking verb. Okay. The next item that we have are adjectives. Adjectives is a word that tells what kind, how many, or which one. For this, you are kind of beginning to describe things. So the three classes went to the field trip, right? Went on the field trip. It tells us how many, okay? The brown bears are running through the campsite, okay? What kind? Okay, there's an adjective. It tells us what kind. So 26 students packed the cans in the cardboard boxes. Right? What type of boxes were they? Cardboard. Okay. My daughter made a chocolate cake. Okay. Now, even though sometimes we think that chocolate cake is a noun in itself, which it can be, chocolate is actually describing the cake. Chocolate is an adjective describing what type of cake. Okay. So an adjective is a word that tells what kind, how many, or which one. Now, we also have an adverb. Adverb is a word that tells when, where, how, or how much. So this actually coincides usually with the verbs. Obviously, an adjective is going to go along with nouns. And an adverb is going to go along with verbs. So if you look within the sentence and if you can identify what the verb is, then you could be able to identify, oh, is that word that's modifying it connected to that verb. So neighbors happily donated cans to our class. How did they donate? Look at that. Donate is my action verb. How did they do it? Happily. Can you imagine the neighbors being angry and like throwing their recycling at these kids? That'd be funny to see. Beethoven tirelessly devoted himself to his music. So tirelessly is not describing Beethoven. It's describing devoted. Okay. Because devoted is considered an action verb. So we have nouns, person, place, thing, or idea. We have verbs, which is some sort of action in the sentence, whether that's linking or an action word. We had adjectives, which help describe how much or how many. And then you have adverbs, which help modify the verbs. Usually, sometimes you can notice that there is an ly that is attached to adverbs. Okay. The next one that we have are interjections. Interjections are small little things. Usually we see these in fiction type writing. Usually this is a word or phrase that expresses a strong feeling or emotion. Okay. Ouch, that hurt. That little ouch with the exclamation point is your interjection. Okay. I said that same thing this morning when I stubbed my toe against the corner of my bed. Ouch. That hurt. Okay. You might hear your mom or dad or whoever, if they're driving and all of a sudden, they get cut off and they almost get into an accident and they yell yikes or something else. Those are adjectives, okay? Or excuse me, those are interjections. A word or phrase that expresses a strong feeling or emotion, okay? The next one that we have are conjunctions. Conjunctions is a word that connects words or groups of words. There's usually 4. Those are the basic ones. I used to remember this using the term fanboys. You have for, and, nor, but, or, yet, or so. Those conjunctions helped connect a sentence. So look down here. The principal and our teacher gave us a party. So the and connects the two subjects, principal and teacher, together. Okay. This one down here, Bob went to the store, but forgot to buy milk. Okay. So, but is connecting those two thoughts. He went to the store, forgot to buy milk. Okay. You probably use these just naturally when we talk to each other. So don't feel like this is this isn't anything new. Conjunctions have been around for a long time. And when you talk, they naturally come in to help you combine those sentences. Okay. We also have prepositions. Prepositions are a little bit different in regards to what they do in a sentence. What they do is it's a word that shows a relationship between a noun and another word. So prepositions actually are used when we want to build a sentence. They're actually used when we want to strengthen a sentence. So with everyone's help, our class brought the most cans to school. Okay. I was helping a student once and he was doing his writing. And as he was going through, there were moments where he needed to describe more. So the character sat down. And my thought was, well, sat down where? Sat down on the bench. Okay. In his bedroom. These are the things that help you modify and enhance your writing. So a preposition is a word that shows a relationship between a noun and another word in a sentence. Okay. Now we have a pronoun here. Pronouns are the words that take place of a noun or other nouns. You exchange them in so you don't sound like you're repeating yourself. Charlotte went to the bathroom. Charlotte got a drink of water. Charlotte returned to class. Okay, we don't need to say Charlotte every single time. Charlotte went to the restroom. She got a drink of water, and then she made it back to class. So use the pronoun she instead of the word Charlotte every time. So we, the students, are real recyclers. Donna prepared herself for the trip. It would be weird if you talked about yourself in the third person. The wait itself would take hours. So if you go to a restaurant, you're waiting for your table to be ready. The wait itself, okay, you won't say the wait would take hours. You say the wait itself would take hours. So pronouns, which I'm sure you guys used before, are a way for us to exchange words and change up the tone of our sentences. Okay. So that right there, ladies and gentlemen, are the different parts of speech. Okay. Before you go on, you'll need to write a summary down at the bottom of your focused page. Okay. I think, let me look here. I actually do not have a focused page note open, but I will do that for us. Usually at the very top, you simply have your box. I always like to insert a table because that's the easiest way. 4 little squares. On one side, I have my notes. Okay. On the other side, on the bottom side here, I have like my place for summary. Usually merge these two together. Apologize. I should have shown you this in the very beginning. But at this point in time, I think we know how to take notes. Information or definition. So on this side, you've got your parts of speech. On this side, you've got the definition and examples. If you would, let's take a moment and quickly review. We have noun, a name, names a person, place, thing, or idea. You have a verb. There's 2 types, action or linking. You have an adjective, which helps describe a noun, telling us what kind or how much or which one. You have an adverb, which tells us when or where or how. So this goes along with the verbs of your sentence. Interjection, those words that we say to express some sort of emotion. We have conjunction, which is connecting words, using our fanboys as a reference point. Preposition, this helps build a sentence, offers more description. And then lastly, we've got a pronoun, which takes the place of a noun. Okay. Take a moment to make sure that you've got all of these items in your notes. Go back and review if you need to. But this is going to help us as we move forward with our writing. When I'll make notes saying, please use a better adjective. Let's switch up the pronouns. Let's move this conjunction some other place. So you will need to have these in your mind for that. Okay. Well done. Congratulations. You got through the parts of speech.